You became a prisoner of desire, yet you smiled and chased it all the same. You trained your body, bought new clothes, built an image, all for a fleeting glance of approval that vanished in seconds, leaving you scrambling for more. This is not achievement, it is addiction, slavery disguised as freedom. The Bible warns, like a city whose walls are broken through, so is a person who lacks self-control. Proverbs 25 verse 28. Napoleon Hill reminds us, the man who does not control his thoughts will be controlled by them. As you chase desire, you drift away from your soul. While you strive to impress the world, others quietly build empires in silence. That desire you believe is yours was planted there. And every time you feed it, it grows until it engulfs everything, what you buy, where you go, who you love, how you live. It's why so many men feel exhausted, lost, empty. Napoleon Hill called it misdirected energy. You have strength and drive, but it burns in the wrong place. The good news is that this same energy fueling your frantic chase can be turned inward to build something lasting. You don't need to kill your desire, you need to transform it. Jesus faced temptation in the desert, craving pleasure, power, and approval, yet he stood firm not because he felt no desire but because he knew who he was. This is where your turning point begins. Remember who you are without needing likes or praise. The man who must be desired to feel alive is living a hollow existence. That gnawing sense of owing something to someone, of constantly proving your worth, stems from unresolved longing. The escape lies in awareness, mastery, and direction. Napoleon Hill taught, desire is the starting point of all achievement. Discipline transforms desire into accomplishment. The Bible echoes this, better a patient person than a warrior, one with self-control than one who takes a city. Proverbs 16 verse 32. The world taught you to conquer everything except yourself. But what if you choose to change that? What if, for the first time, you silence the external noise and listen to what truly beats inside you? To separate genuine wants from conditioned cravings. At this juncture, many give up. The path is uncomfortable, silent, solitary, deep. Yet it's the only path to freedom. You sense this, or you wouldn't be here. Maybe you don't know how to start, but you know you can't continue the same way. And that realization is everything. The world revolves around desire, pleasure, status, attention, yet few learn how to harness this force. Most consume and react, few transform. Hill called it sexual energy transmutation. In Think and Grow Rich, he revealed that desire, when intelligently redirected, becomes focus, creativity, persistence. Left unchecked, it destroys. A fire in a fireplace warms a home. Loose in the woods, it becomes a wildfire. The Bible affirms this in Joseph's story. Tempted by Potiphar's wife, he refused, preserved his integrity, and suffered imprisonment. Many would call it a lost chance, yet God saw his steadfastness. Later, Joseph became governor of Egypt, proof that mastery today yields power tomorrow. Ask yourself, what do you do with your desire? Do you let it satisfy you for 10 minutes, or do you channel it into growth for 10 years? Transmutation isn't repression, it's redirection. It's recognizing the impulse and declaring, I see you, but I am in control. The man who masters his desire is formidable. He acts by choice, not by need. One man performs for applause, another lives with purpose. One seeks approval, the other fulfills a mission. Transformation is a war, not against the world, but against yourself. It's saying no when every fiber of your being screams yes. It's resisting the impulse when every muscle wants to yield. It's choosing the narrow, silent path unseen by others but witnessed by God. Napoleon Hill said, "Every man who conquered something first conquered himself." The Bible echoes, "But I discipline my body and keep it under control so that after preaching to others I myself will not be disqualified." 1 Corinthians 9 verse 27. This is the essence of transmutation. The world doesn't want you to discover this, because a self-governed man cannot be manipulated. He doesn't chase likes or lose himself in parties. He moves in silence, and that silence unsettles others. Where all scream for attention, he stands resolute. Where all beg for desire, he offers direction. Something rare happens then. His presence carries weight. He embodies qualities that money can't buy and videos can't teach: discipline, clarity, inner strength. You may wonder how to begin. The answer is simple, yet far from easy. Begin each time you resist distraction. Each time you choose purpose over pleasure. Each time you honor your time, energy, and vision, even when no one else understands. In the end, the world rewards the man who builds in silence. Before anything else, you must decide. Decide to stop chasing desire and start pursuing purpose. Decide that from now on, your energy will have direction, not to please, but to achieve. If this resonates, take a deep breath. It's time to dive deeper into the territory where few dare to tread: the silence, the emptiness, the inner battles. Many flee, but they're the strong are forged. You know the hollow ache when a message goes unanswered. The anxiety in the quiet, as if something inside screams, "Am I still important?" This feeling is common. It reveals more about us than about others. Most live like addicts, not to substances, but to reactions. They need to see someone respond to feel alive. Napoleon Hill spoke of the invisible foe in your mind sabotaging your choices. That voice doesn't shout, it whispers, "You only exist if you're seen." If no one desires you, you have no worth. It's an ancient lie. The Bible reminds us, the heart is deceitful above all things. Jeremiah 17 verse 9. Feelings aren't facts. Emptiness isn't the enemy, it's a mirror showing your true self, beyond others' projections and societal demands. We're trained to flee silence because it reveals our vulnerabilities. Yet only those who embrace it can rebuild. Hill taught that controlling thoughts begins by recognizing impulses. Recognition is impossible amidst constant noise. Silence removes crutches and reveals your true self. Many cannot face that, so they choose busyness and approval seeking. The man who seeks true freedom must cross his own desert. There, ego screams. There, need surfaces. There, authentic transformation begins. Jesus spent 40 days in the desert before his purpose commenced. He faced hunger, loneliness, temptation, and emerged stronger because he knew who he was without applause. You know who you are when the world goes silent and you look in the mirror, declaring that your peace doesn't depend on messages, admiring gazes, or social media likes. To live without begging for validation is rare and powerful. Many stop at understanding. Applying is harder than listening. But you didn't endure the discomfort of the mirror, the desert silence, and the hunger for approval just to return to old patterns. You're ready for something greater. From this moment on, building begins. It demands emotional autonomy, no longer needing others' eyes to feel whole, no longer begging for affection. Instead, you produce your own energy and light. Hill calls this emotional and mental independence, the ability to maintain a steady inner state regardless of external chaos. The Bible speaks of this too: the joy of the Lord is your strength. Nehemiah 8 verse 10. Your power source isn't out there, it's within you. When you grasp this, the game changes. You act from choice, not desperation. You build with solidity, and your environment shifts. People sense it. You speak less, yet your presence carries weight. You don't chase desire, you become unforgettable because you are enough. Then something extraordinary happens. You channel once wasted energy into creation and accomplishment. Instead of consuming, you're fueled. Napoleon Hill said, "Sexual energy is the most powerful of all human energies. When properly channeled, it can propel a man to the top of any field." You weren't meant to fade, you were meant to ignite, at your own pace, on your own path, in your own direction. The secret is focus. Distractions are everywhere, desire is one of them. The man who masters his focus masters all. He doesn't fragment himself trying to please. He observes, acts, and delivers. The Bible instructs, let your eyes look straight ahead, fix your gaze directly before you. Proverbs 4 verse 25. That is focus, direction, mastery. While the world chases fleeting pleasures, you, the builder of legacy, work in silence to create what endures. Here lies the greatest secret: desire need not be eliminated, it must be governed. You don't kill the fire, you build with it. You don't extinguish passion, you guide it. Then life ceases to drag you, you steer it. You don't need applause, promises, or likes. You carry a force within, silent, unconquerable. If this message resonates, it's because change has already begun within you. Perhaps it's a spark or perhaps a blaze. Now the choice is yours. Return to your old self or choose to sustain what was born. If you choose to sustain it, you already know what to say: I am in charge. Speak it silently, not for others but as a declaration to yourself that something has changed. Write it down each time the old patterns return, each time desire tugs at you, each time need knocks at your door. From now on, you live not to please, you live to govern. The world isn't ready for men like this, but you are. Thank you for watching. If this spoke to you, hit like, subscribe, and leave a comment below on how you will choose purpose over desire. Let's build in silence together.